Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at some insane rich people behavior. Hopefully one day I'll be as rich as these people, so make sure to watch all the ads in this video.
What's the most insane actual rich person behavior that you've experienced?
When I was in college, I had a friend whose family was actually very wealthy.
The thing is with wealthy kids and kids who've got like wealthy family, you don't know what type of person they're going to be. They can either be really nice, sweet people, or they can just be absolutely horrible people.
She was super sweet. She didn't act better than any of us. She definitely had that wealthy person mindset.
Apparently she was a really sweet girl. Well, that's good because I've definitely met people who are from rich families and they're awful. I think it's the fact that they just like expect everything to be given to them. It's actually quite crazy the way some of them behaved.
We were talking about how financial aid had been screwed up and I lost all my loans and scholarships. So she asked why I didn't get my parents to do anything about it, and I said, I can't afford that. My parents don't make enough money.
She probably didn't realize that as well. Like, she didn't even realize. I feel like a lot of kids who have rich parents don't really have money struggles. Like, they'll never worry about money. But I feel like if you came from a poor family and then become rich in the future, then you definitely will.
This girl literally grabs her cell phone, calls her dad, and says, hey, do you think you could drop a couple grand in order to pay off my friend's tuition this semester?
Did he actually do that? Imagine if he did. I've got a feeling he did. Right, so we originally thought this girl was snobby, but she literally rang her dad to get her dad to pay for this girl's tuition. I mean, it's going towards a good thing, you know, her education. If she actually does it, that's a really good friend.
I got my tuition and I graduated in the same semester.
Oh my god, lucky you. I wish I had a rich friend like that. I mean, to be fair, if it was a boy, I'd probably like try to seduce him and then marry into his family and steal all their money.
One time I legitimately watched Jake Paul buy 3 Lamborghinis and hired 2 drivers for 2 of them so that he could drive in one on the road, and at any time no paparazzi or person following him would know it was him in his car because he would have 2 other identical cars with drivers around him at the same time.
Is that actually real? Oh my god, 3 Lamborghinis. I feel like with a lot of YouTubers, whenever they get their hands on money, they go and spend it on everything. I mean, to be honest, I don't really even like Lamborghinis. What type of car would I get? I feel like the new type of car that like YouTubers get nowadays is like Teslas. I mean, I'd be so scared. That's like £60,000 you're driving that. Imagine if you crashed.
And back in the day, anytime I wanted to leave his house but I had to be back there later for something, he would legitimately make me leave in like an Audemars Piguet watch so that I would have a $100,000 watch on my wrist that I would have to return and come back with.
Imagine if you literally got robbed, like you'd have to pay that. I mean, American YouTubers, especially like the big ones, even the big UK ones, they make tons of money. Yet again, I can never buy jewelry like that. My ring is literally about 2p. It's a like Hobbit ring. It's just like, I'd be so scared of like getting robbed. So like, they're not really gonna try and rob me for this, are they?
I've seen him order DaBaby 1942, an IV, a massage, and Riley Reid all to the same jet.
I don't even know what that was. I'm assuming like he ordered stuff to a jet to like get his friends to come. DaBaby, that's a rapper, isn't it? I swear it was like really homophobic.
One time I wanted to start a secret company with him and I told him that I would only do it if he bought me an Escalade as the company car, and he bought an Escalade the same day.
What is an Escalade? Is that like a rich car? These things are so like rich and like luxurious. I don't even know what they are. And that's how you know I don't have money.
One time he was shooting a music video and only wanted a specific type of Maybach, and the only person in the world that had it was Drake, and they told him he couldn't have it, so he called Drake and Drake's team and paid to have the car the next day.
I mean, I love how he's just got Drake's phone number. Yet again, that's like such rich people stuff. But the thing is, with having that amount of money, you'll eventually get bored. Like, you can only buy yourself a certain amount of things. You can definitely buy short-term happiness or like happy things, but you can't buy happiness overall.
Wedding ring was 300 grand and I lost it, but I guess that'd be my own insane behavior. Okay.
I love how she says that, and then literally like a few minutes ago I was talking about how my ring costs about 2p. I mean, if you all watch these videos and all watch the adverts on these videos, maybe I'll be able to afford an expensive ring like that.
Buckle up, y'all! My house is so big that I have to have 3 routers and none of them are ever working.
I mean, to be fair, I've literally got 1, like 2 actually in my house, and none of them work because my Wi-Fi's that bad. Fun fact, if you actually look at my PC right now, as you can see, I'm not even connected to Wi-Fi because it doesn't work.
My mom's best friend took a private plane from Los Angeles to China because they didn't want to drive the extra 30 minutes from the regular commercial airport to their city.
I'm sorry, what? So they don't want to drive 30 minutes, so they flew from Los Angeles to China. Private, did they say as well? Oh my god, that would have cost a lot.
I once took a family day trip to Mexico because my parents wanted lobster.
Lobster, I've never had that. I actually do kind of want to try it. Whenever I was younger, I'd always go to the beach, you know, crabs, I'd get them, like squish them. I was quite a weird kid, wasn't I?
My family is currently gentrifying a neighborhood.
Okay, gentrifying, what is that? Does that mean like whenever you have children and loads of children, then the children of children? I think what she means is that like all of her siblings are getting like a house in the same street. Oh my god, how much money does your family have?
My parents' love language to me me when I was a child was naming a factory in China after me.
Okay, so I'm assuming that your parents are like business people and they got factories in China. I really hope they're paying their workers a good wage if you're living like that.
I was able to do an economic impact analysis of reporting my rape, and it would affect a few major industries both in the United States and China.
Okay, I don't know what that was about. What did she mean by that? Oh, I don't know. That was a bit iffy, wasn't it?
When my parents got divorced, it caused a few murders, an extra unrelated felony charge, downfall of a few businesses, and a Ponzi scheme.
Okay, so I'm assuming basically her parents have money because they are criminals there. That's what I was thinking the whole time. Oh my god, what was that? Was that real? Was that fake? It was definitely fake, wasn't it? She's got a lot of money, but I hope all that money can help get a good therapist get rid of all that trauma.
No one ever really showed me true affection, so now all I know how to do is throw money at things.
I've actually noticed that like a lot of people are like that, especially like rich people who come from like rich families. This sounds really bad, but I feel like a lot of times some parents aren't really the best at giving affection to their children, like love to their children. Not all of them, but definitely some of them. Like I feel like they're always with like a childminder because like their parents can afford it. And like, you know, their parents kind of like don't see them throughout the day except for at night, maybe if they're having dinner together, which of course their chef would make.
So I used to date this Formula One driver, and one weekend it was Valentine's Day. He had a race and he asked me, hey, do you mind staying at the apartment just for like a couple days and watching the dog? And I was like, of course, I love Lambo, like I will stay at the apartment. I was honestly so excited because this apartment building was so nice. One of the days that I'm there, I go to take out Lambo, and as I'm letting him just kind of walk around outside, this guy comes up to me, and he is a YouTuber. I'm not gonna say who he is unless this blows up, then I'll expose him.
Okay, so we're exposing a YouTuber. What's a YouTuber doing? Also, whenever she was talking about Lambo, I was literally thinking she was talking about the car. I was like, she's taking a car out for a run.
He looks at me and goes, oh my god, is this Lambo? And I go, yeah, like it's Lambo. And he goes, oh my gosh, you must be the Gilhart's new maid, huh? And I'm baffled. And I just look at him dead in the eye and go, nah, actually I'm Chase's girlfriend.
Oh my god, the maid! Imagine getting like, oh, don't know how to feel about that. That's a bit out of touch, isn't it? I mean, what do maids actually do? I'm pretty sure they just like clean the house. I feel like I'd be a really good maid. Like, I'm so good at making beds, especially tucking them in. You know, whenever you go into a hotel and like the duvet's tucked under the bed and it's nice and cozy, kind of feel like Caterpillar. That is how I make my beds. Like, I'd be an amazing maid.
He goes, oh, okay, and walks away.
I don't know if she's still with the guy, but honestly, if I were you, I'd go and tell your boyfriend that. A YouTuber is literally mistaken you for a maid and was rude to you and basically didn't acknowledge you. I mean, that's YouTubers whenever they get money and fame, they turn in the assholes.
Okay, I know that people are looking for like oil baron, like insane rich stories, and I do live in Hollywood, so I have experienced some of those, but truthfully, this is the thing that always blows my mind when I think back.
Okay, I've got a quick question before we get into this next one. What do you class as rich? For me, like, there's wealthy and then there's rich. Does that make sense? Like, wealthy or well off, you know, they've got a good amount of money, a decent amount of money, they can live comfortably, they don't really have to like work ever again. I would say that's like wealthy. However, rich, I feel like that is like well over 10 million in the bank account.
So I grew up pretty poor, so I guess maybe I'm more sensitive to this than other people, but I was dating somebody, and when I went to visit his family with him for the first time, they threw food out as soon as you were done eating.
Oh, what? They throw food out? I know a lot of restaurants and bakeries do that. Like, at the end of the day, if there's food left over, they just throw it out in the bin or put it in bags and put it in the bin. I've seen videos of it on TikTok. You would think they would give it to, you know, people who are actually hungry or homeless people, but apparently they can't because, like, the shop is closed and it's kind of going off. But they throw food out the minute you finish eating, like there's a scrap left. Do they not have scraps in that household? I mean, they are rich, so they probably don't know what scraps are.
Like, if we were eating pizza and there was a half a pizza left and we were finished, they threw it immediately in the trash. They didn't allow leftovers in the house.
Okay, yeah, so they don't have leftovers. I mean, to be fair, they're literally rich, so they probably don't need leftovers. Like, they've got a chef for every meal every single day. Couldn't you, like, give it to, like, a wee dog? Do you not have dogs? I mean, I bet you them dogs are probably eating designer dog food.
We could be eating steaks. There could be an entire, like, huge, beautiful steak goes in the trash. And I'm sorry, I don't care how rich you are. I don't care all of your cars, houses. That, to me, is the most insane rich person behavior I have ever heard.
That's so true, but another thing I've seen a lot of rich people do is they bulk buy stuff. I watched a video from Khloe Kardashian where you went into her pantry. She was completely maxed out to the max. She had like 5 of everything, and it's like, you're not eating that amount. Like, the stuff would literally last her years. Sometimes I kind of think they fill up their fridges and like cupboards just to like show off and be like, oh, look, I've got this, but they don't actually eat it. I mean, who was it? Was Kim Kardashian or Kris Jenner? They had literally like a full-on room which was just fridges, and it's completely filled up with stuff. Like, they've only got like a family of like 8. I'm pretty sure 8 people aren't eating that amount.
I don't know if people around the world actually know how much money there is in the world, because I've seen a lot of these things and it seems quite mediocre what people have experienced.
Okay, so far we've only seen the mediocre one. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these are probably coming from, like, you know, social media influencers like Tana said, Jake Paul. Yes, he's got millions, but I bet you this family's probably got hundreds of millions, if not billions.
I used to trade gold internationally, and we used to sell to investment firms, venture capitalists, just absolute royalty, like Saudi royalty.
Oh, Saudi royalty, there were billions, tens of billions, probably hundreds of billions. Do they pay tax? Like, I feel like a lot of these really rich people don't pay tax or they find a loophole. I mean, with them getting taxed like 40% of their earnings, that's going to be hundreds of billions.
And I'll tell you right now, I've dealt with a person that lived in the Philippines that has more money in one of his bank accounts than Jeff Bezos has.
Oh my god, so he's got more money than Jeff Bezos. I seen a post recently and it was like, the richest people in the world aren't who you think they are. Like, you don't actually know them. They basically like keep it anonymous and like they keep it in like loads of different accounts. Is that true? Maybe I should do that. I've got like £20 in my bank account. Should I open 20 different bank accounts and put a quid in each one?
People don't understand there's public wealth and then there's wealth that you'll never see or never hear of. That's the kind of that you need to worry about.
Exactly, like I said a few seconds ago, like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk aren't the richest people. People think they are, but they're not actually. I would definitely say it's probably like someone in the Saudi family who's the richest. Like, they're absolutely trillionaires. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff they've spent their money on?
The kind of wealth where they gift you 2 Rolls Royces for doing a deal with them.
I mean, I honestly hope I marry into one of them families one day. I mean, who knows? Maybe YouTube will make me a millionaire. Yet again, watch all the adverts on this video. Well, anyways, that's where I'm gonna leave that video there. That is some insane rich people behavior. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't, please subscribe and just I'll see you all in my next video.